Hey everybody, everything's well? This is Shawn, founder of OnePar and Polkadot Ambassador China. I'd like to wish you a fulfilling and rewarding journey in the last 2 days of Polkadot Decoded, no matter where you are. So, how come to this video? Because I gave a speech about Dotsama NFT ecosystem yesterday on stage of Decoded Hangzhou, but speaking Chinese language. So here we are. I record this tape exclusively for you English speakers. Hope you like it. Hope you have your time. Hope you have a joyful time. And please support this channel. So I'm glad to be here, bring you a speech about NFTs in Polkadot and the Kusama ecosystems. So if you are already a veteran to NFTs and you're looking for more shots on other ecosystems, or maybe you literally have zero ideas about NFT space, but you want to follow what's going on right now, this is a speech you should not leave. Here's the agenda. First, I will show you the landscape. There will be a lot of project icons. That's your favorites, right? And I will introduce some amazing projects. The third part is the fundamentals. We will go back to the big fundamentals to tell why they already been building on them. In the end, we will look forward to a bigger thesis, some incredible movements we don't have a chance to be a part of in Web2, but now we can by the path of Web3 and NFTs. Okay, introducing myself real quick. My name is Shawn. I'm the founder of One Part Research, OnePR.com, and our perennial thesis have been driving us to create in-depth content and media to make contrarian bets on the most incredible Web3 founders with strong convictions. But today I will present to you as a Polkadot ambassador. Since 2019, it's such a blessing for me. I've been in Polkadot and the Kusama ecosystems producing technical in-depth insights, and I'm glad to be here to talk about why I've been completely and utterly mesmerized by our NFT space since day one. I will show you two parts of NFT landscape. The social landscape will demonstrate to you how big our social engagement has become, and the project landscape will reveal to you how big our builder ecosystem has become. So this is our social network graph. So this graph scans just in one day in December last year of our anti-NFT community. And this graph was made by a community member whose name is Jobo. At that time, the market was the most active. So that's why I call it, it's a social network prime graph. And the social data is quite massive because it was just scanned in just one day. It's not accumulated data. There are around 17,000 nodes, which are individuals and organizations, and around 33,000 connections. So each connection in the graph as a dot or line represent a social interaction or partnership. Like frequent tags like these accomplishments are really impressive. So you know how big our community has become. Now you want to get in touch with the founders as fast as you can. So I bring you the project landscape. Here we go to this one project landscape. If you are totally new to the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystems, just want to make sure you know that there is literally more than one platform for Dotsama NFTs. There are literally more than 10 marketplace platforms around, and if you start with Polkadot and Kusama early last year, you must have known about these marketplaces. Singular by Remark Team and Polkadot and Moonbeam, Tofu NFT on Asta, and unique marketplaces. And some other useful analytic tools, Polkadot, Milestyle, Web3 Go, and very branding collectibles selected for you. Canaria birds, Chaos apes with a Chaos style, Donkey games, Mushroomtopia made by Rubentopia, Dino X Dino, Shiba Tails, Kitty Paradise, Robopunks, Superstrat Knights, Exo Summer, Moon Summer, exclusively on Moon River and the Moonbeam Network, Damn Paradise Project, Excel Research, Asta Sandwich, and Superstrat Punk. This is one of the earliest NFTs in our universe. And some more projects they've been playing significant roles. If I name someone like there are more specifically, The most adopted one of all projects is Remork, RMRK, and it's known as Remork Protocol. So these NFTs account for the majority of the circulation, and the two marketplaces. The artists are mainly minting. One is singular by Remork, and another is Polkadot. So Polkadot is a marketplace as well as an analytic website, right? And there are many more solid developers. I just trying to mention, and they've been building with strong team force. They are involved. They're building intellectual property for NFTs, and GameDAO building a DAO hub for NFT fans and broader crypto gaming fans. So I wish I could introduce our project, but just let's dig into some specific creators and founders. So here we go to the section about notable brands of some Dotsama NFTs. First one is SFY, aka Sticky Lab, and their collection Donkey Game. Since they've been participating in the art contest by the remote Canarias, it's so time of period, literally like April and May last year. This is a genesis event of everything in our NFT space. But most importantly, they've been adding new features to the collectibles with a really strong team force, consisting with 520 avatars. It is regarded as the first Kusama NFT to introduce rarity ranking and algorithm natively. Standing on the shoulder of remote protocol, each accessory, each treat like a head and mouth on eyes, those treats is totally replaceable and recombinable, just like Lego toys. And this team now have partnerships with more than 10 solid teams in our ecosystem, including Remark, Polkadot, Subsquid, Asta, Fala, Kill Protocol, and many more. So next, this one is one of the best profile pick in our ecosystem, right? And the next one is one of the best hand-drawn one-on-one exquisite arts in our ecosystem. And his name is Ruben, aka Rubentopia. He's been an extremely talented digital artist and illustrator from Netherlands, and his collection Mushroom Topia consists of a series of isometric words by only handwriting one-on-one unit arts to create a digital fantasy country. And they've been working very closely with remote teams, as you noticed. The profile pic of the remote protocol founder Bruno is just using his picture of his collectibles, but he's been really solid before joining our ecosystem. He had his own merches, and he's a book writer. And just you cannot just suck enough from the details of his artworks. The last one is one of the best three-dimensional, high-fidelity, augmented reality supported artworks in our ecosystem. Deepologic, they've been the most active creators in another Kusama NFT market called the Dot. As I mentioned before, their works are mainly three-dimensional, high fidelity, because based on the advantages of Polkadot, and they are really friendly for displaying artworks, three-dimensional artworks in augmented reality in any sceneries. Currently is available on Android, and they are working really well for displaying. And the system has been contributing to on-site event of Kusama Lesbian and Dotsama Prague. And once upon a time, we've been working really closely and have some really happy partnerships. Therefore, the fundamental is about the room of Dotsama NFT was built. The technology lays the foundation for the future. So when your NFT friend or your engineer friend, collector friend asks you what's sweet point if they chose Polkadot and Kusama. So here we are, these key points. In my point of view, NFTs on Polkadot and Kusama are providing a path toward composable, dynamic, reactable, customizable, and multi-resourceable digital assets on the blockchain. And if you are curious about it, my firm name is OnePar, and the par means benchmark. We see upon the par and below the par. And I'm believing that the NFT protocol in Dotsama is the benchmark of the whole crypto industry. So here are the comparisons of Ethereum ERC NFTs. Number one, We are more flexible because I said Dotsama NFTs are more like NFT Legos. Each accessory of an NFT is replaceable and all the changes will be saved on chain. It is grassroots because the capital and the market of the creators are more of community ownership as it's less multiplied. It is upgradable. For example, the new NFT airdrop will depend on your interactions. For example, back to the days, the hatching period of your canary birds. So you send an emoji today. So the treats of the NFTs when you unbox in the future will depend on your emoji. So it is really surprising to you, like a kid on the kid on candy shop unbox your gift, but you literally don't know what your previous interactions will influence your future airdrops, your future gifts, right? The last one, protocol agnostic. It's a kind of academic word, but it's just really close to multi-chain. If the NFTs could be migrated from in between Moon River and Moonbeam. This we call the NFTs is supported in multi-chain. And the last one is Lightning Fast and economy. It's cheap. Therefore, here are my thesis about how we can look at NFT today to make a real world impact, how we can take the NFTs on another level to make NFTs great again. I have 2 points of view. We can collect for common good and we can collect to contribute to peace and supply. I mean, there are NFT communities co-working together to help reforestation. It's not a new narrative to emphasize the low carbon emissions, the low carbon footprint. So many people might don't care about it at all. It doesn't matter because it doesn't create. It does matter, but it doesn't matter for most of people because it doesn't create a mutual network effect on both sides. And I'm gonna say it's the fault of Web 2 because those kind of those kind of project type, they are returning the project ownership from government-owned institutes back to individuals. And because by the path of Web3 and NFTs, we can have a much easier access to reforestation with transparency and a direct reward. You can even see how beautiful the trees you planted looks. And the team name is RMT Era, and their NFT project Moonglade. But one of the projects, this project is committed to creating a forest, uh, called the forest, currently in a destination location in Middle Europe. So the more NFTs you collected, the team will plant more trees for you at a location, or as well as you can derive directly fund to plant trees to get the NFT as a reward with real utility, and you can literally trade them on an NFT marketplace. Well, last but most importantly, our NFT ecosystem is helping the community members with peace and food. The terrible invasion happening in April puts our community members based in Ukraine in severe danger. In that situation, many of them and their family members were unbanked and underserved for financial services. There are our community members helping them to get through a hard time. Some artists create artworks to raise funds to donate to them, and more people are calling for purchasing of the NFTs and made direct donation. Those people are collectors, community members, project founders, and Web3 Foundation and Parity alumni. There are much more influencers and many more investors. I'm really believing at that moment, the humanity in our community is really unified because by the path of NFTs, we've been contributing to peace and we've been impacting others' life in a really, really great way. Time's fast. Here are my closing thoughts for today. Many milestones in Polkadot and Kusama NFT ecosystems have been made last year. There are probably $1.8 million in total sales of unique collectibles in Kusama in the last 3 months. and $2.8 million in total sales in like 6 months, which means we didn't even slow down with the macro market downturn, but we are incrementally growing, right? And the source is from Singular and the Polkadot. The trading volume, I have to clarify, does not include sales of Canaries or Moonsummer. Therefore, the total collection sales in last year should be over $20 million if I can get access to all data, including all parachains, including all ecosystems, especially Canaries and Moonsummer. And again, it should be way much higher if we can calculate it by the Kusama at that moment, right? Like back to the September, October, November. But but based on the Kusama value today, this data should be accurate, but it's not so fair. And I am really sure the amount should be around one is $12 million, one is $12 million, another one is $20 million ish. If we can, including all ecosystems and calculated by the Kusama price at that moment, right? And again, we are very proud of our user base with more than 30,000 users as a daily all-time high. As I said, the Dotsama NFTs is a very nascent and undervalued form of NFTs on Ethereum back to 2016. So here are some of my favorites of Polkadot and Kusama NFTs. They are building a path to a better NFT infrastructure, making a real-life impact. First is Remark, our old friend, and their metaverse project Skybridge on the land sale. There are two more solid teams. Some of them have been working on this since 2019, but just showing front, under exposure, but really solid on technologies. The second one is Invoch. Invoch is a blockchain for intellectual property. Brought by their Invoch IP token, people can create a register, work together, and financially benefit from the IP token, which is bound to the IP rights, intellectual property rights, right? Of artworks, of papers, of more digital assets. The last one is GameDAO. It is a legalized DAO entity aiming to provide an easy path for game fundraising, game development for gamers, crypto games, and esports. And I'm believing, our space is still very nascent and it has a lot more space to grow. The milestones we achieved are far away from we can take for granted and become complacent on laurels type stuff. And I really think the period of time is the worst moment to tap out the ecosystem. There are many solid teams lurking on and grinding hard, shipping enduring products. It's a period of many legendary circle will be formed. And I said this many times to other founders. So here we are. Let's get in touch. If you're more interested about us, you can just contact us on Twitter, on our official website, and our newsletters coming out twice a week. We're growing fast and we're hiring. We're hiring for interns. So thank you very much. And thank you very much for being here. Farewell.